Hello peeps, we're back again. Oh, bloody radio. Back at the ambulance again. Today we've got a bit high tech. Today I've got some wires clamped onto the battery. Going up inside the van. All the way up there. Strain relief. Bit of slack. To my test meter! Yay! So now I can just stick it up there and turn the lights on. No wires hanging about everywhere, no looking dodgy, just being dodgy instead. That's a dodgy connection. There you go. I can turn them on and off when I want. I don't know if you can see this because it may be a bit dark in here, but I've started on the other side, sticking the fluorescent strips along the second side by the door. There's not a lot I can do till DVLA get my bloody paperwork back, or even tell me whether or not they've got it. So I've decided to come down and do a few bits I can do, which is I'm going to do to this side what I did to this side. On this side I'm terminating the wires at the back because the switches, well, there's going to be a set of switches down here by the bed. This is where the head end of the bed's going to be. So I'm going to put a set of switches there. There's already a set of switches for the main Phoenix lights, so I might as well put a set of switches there for these lights as well. So I've terminated them here because this is where the live feed's going to be. But this side's a bit shorter, so I've got some more overcuts, or offcuts rather. So I may, I don't know if you can see that very well, there's gaps here in between the padding. I may put some downlight in there, I'm not sure. I don't think I'm going to need it, but I might be able to use it as reading lights, something along those lights, along those lights. I've got lights on the brain. It's the only thing I've got on the brain. Anyway, in a bit, I'm going to take these handrails down. I'm going to take this emergency switch down. And then we're going to see what's up there behind them. But first, I'm going to finish off this LED lighting strip, and then I'll get back to you with a bit of an unboxing. I don't know if anybody remembers, if anybody's watching. But the other day I said I want to keep the Phoenix system because of its functionality for switching on lights and what have you. So I do. I've got alleyway lights on the side, on the outside and on the back. I've shown you them in the previous video. But I've got no lights at the front. So we'll come back to that little issue in a moment. Just in case anybody was wondering how I get the sticky backs to fit on the LED strips, I use these little alcohol pads, 70% isopropyl alcohol, which is the same stuff I use for making my own hand wash. I've got packs and packs and packs of these. Being a carer, you tend to get that sort of thing in bulk. Anyway, that's how I get the pads to stick. I wipe the strip it's going to stick onto down with a pad, which I'm going to do in a minute because now I've stuck my sticky fingers over this one. It's going to be greasy again. Your fingers give out so much oil you wouldn't believe, especially when you're a fat sweaty git like me. So anyway, I'm going to do this other side and then I'll get back to you with that front light conundrum, which is no longer a conundrum if for the third time I haven't got a broken delivery from Amazon. We'll see. See you in a minute, please. There you go, as if by magic, or at least the magic of turning the camera on and off. There they are, both sets of strips in and working, same as the other side. If I can get this to, oh, there you go, how's that, all done. Right, onto the light at the moment peeps. That was a really short bit just to show you that I did light them up and they do work and I'm not on fire. Well, I'm behind the camera so you wouldn't know if I was on fire or not, but I'd be, a bit more fast in my talking, should we say, if I was on fire. See you in a bit peeps. Right then peeps, screws removed from the handles, you can see there. Now I know when Crifton Campers took his out of Project Was, he had loads of troubles with the boxes being in the roof, so he left them in. I think, oh, that's come off not easy. Now, I think Was Campers maybe made a wee bit better than Wilka, or they just used better glue, because both of them This one I couldn't even get the handle out of, the whole thing just came out the roof. But I mean, the screws did what they had to do. The screws went up into the metal, and the good thing is I've now got access to the roof, so I can put my roof rack up. If I can get access through these, if I can get access through, let's have a look, see if I can get this low enough. If I can get access through there, which is in line with that, which is in line with that, and which is in line with that, which are all for the aerials up on the roof. If I can get access through to the roof, through those, I can bolt my roof rack up. On this side at least. This side, I have a bit of trouble with. I'm probably going to have to take the light down and see what's, well, I'm going to have to take the light down and see what's behind that. But this side at least I can get my roof rack up. I can get to the outer bolts up on the roof through the alleyway lights and the blue lights that I've taken off, and the rest of them I can access through here. Oh, I've even got to the lighting for what I believe that is for the back fan, because I checked the wiring on the back fan and I think that's black and red and white, so that's, I don't know, there's a lot of wiring up there. Can you see up there? Because I can't. Let's have a look. Yeah. Oh, there's some wiring for that spotlight. Oh yeah, I didn't even got a big spotlight right in front of me. So the wiring for that spotlight can come down, and I can run that to the LEDs, and then cut it before it goes back to the Phoenix panel and use it for the switch live for the strip lights. Lovely. On the other side, I don't know what I'm going to do on the other side, but we'll come to the other side when I, well, come to it really. There should also be wiring up there somewhere. I'm going to have to review this video when I get back, because I can't see what sort of roof insulation's up there, if any. I'm sure there must be some somewhere. I hope there's some somewhere, otherwise I'm going to be taking down this entire roof panel and insulating the roof. Anyway, I'll get back to you a bit later, peeps. Ta-ta. Right then, peeps, finished with the wiring for now. What have I done today? So far today I've took out the handrails, I've taken out the roof light, I've taken out the speakers, I've taken out the spotlights. Only one of them is working. I'm going to transfer them probably over to here for cooking. Once I've changed that, if I can change the bulb in one of them. I've checked the roof, it is insulated, but basically wherever they've fitted anything, they've cut the insulation back by about a foot, so there's not a lot of insulation up there. I'm going to be filling these holes in, obviously, at some point, with something, I'm not sure how. I might take the whole roof down. I'm probably going to take these lights down at some point, because I'm probably going to have to use them to access the roof rack bolts. I'm not sure, they're a bit far out for accessing the roof rack bolts. I'm probably going to have to access the roof rack bolts from this centre section, which, as you can see, runs from here across to here. And it's held in with these little poppers. They're just automotive style poppers. You push the centre through, it releases the pins on the back, and then there's probably the same again inside these lights. So what I'm going to do next week is take these lights down and probably take this entire panel down so that I can fill these holes from inside, and then I'll fiberglass them. I'll probably cut a section of wood similar size, lay it in, fiberglass it from inside, and then cover the roof. Anyway, I was saying the other day, or earlier on today actually, about the lights, the alleyway lights. And the Phoenix controls the alleyway lights. The Phoenix in the front controls the alleyway lights anyway. The Phoenix in the back doesn't, it just controls what's in the back. And since I'm probably going to be removing this Phoenix control panel from the back, I'll just stuff it inside the wall somewhere, I don't need it. If I have to control the lights in the back, I can control them from the front or from each door position. I don't need to control them from 3 places. If I do, I might put it down the back, because I've decided to have an L-shaped sofa. I'm going to have a sofa running across the back, which will be my garage. That cupboard's getting cut down, and then my bed or the sofa will extend down up to here, and then that will pull out to make a large double bed. I've got a fat arse and there's a lot of room. Anyway, back to the Phoenix system. The front Phoenix system operates the alleyway lights, which has got 2 on the right one on the rear, two on the left. It doesn't have a front light per se, it does have lights outside. There you see, that shine forward. They don't work at the moment, I haven't got around to looking into those, but what I have got is a bloody great LED light bar to go above the cab. If you look at pictures of the front of the ambulance, I'm not going to walk out there and take a video of it for you at the moment because I've got wires traipsing everywhere. I'll end up going arse over tit. So this is third time lucky. I bought a light bar on Amazon from a company called MIC Tuning. They've got an American website, everything's priced up in dollars, gives their address as being in the US. Makes you think that they're sort of a bit like Rigid Industries or Baja Industries, but a cheaper version. Well, the truth of the matter is, when it turned up, not only was it broken and bits were missing, the box wasn't even taped up. This tape you see me just cut was attached to one side and then wrapped around the lip. So of course, both the brackets had fallen out the inside. So I contacted them through Amazon, and it was a good product, don't get me wrong. It was a curved 52-inch light bar with work lights at the end and spotlights in the middle. To be perfectly honest, it was just in a bubble wrap sack. It wasn't even wrapped up as nice as this. The box was nowhere near as stiff, decent cardboard as this, and this cost half the price. Anyway, MIC Tuning. I sent them a letter thinking, oh, you know, I'll be able to get a decent bit of conversation out of them. I got an email back from the always shiny happy team asking me to take a picture of the missing items. At that point I was just like, shiny happy team, Chinglish, take a picture of the missing items. I'm not even going to get into this conversation. I just sent the light bar back. It was £98. This light bar, exactly the same length, better packed, actually turned up with the hardware, and this cost me £46. I know it's a load of bollocks. I know it's not well, the MIC Tuning one said it was a 300 watt light bar. I actually turned it on and they worked fine, but it only drew 9 amps at 12 volts, which is not even 120 watts, let alone 300. This one claims to be 180. I'm going to unpack it in a minute and show it to you, and then when I get home tonight, I'm going to put it on my bench power supply. I'm going to run it for an amp clamp, and we'll see what it draws. If it draws 120 watts, I'm fine with that. I know they lie. But for £46, I don't mind them lying a little bit. For £96, I mind them lying a lot. And even if this isn't waterproof, I will take this apart, I will reflow the solder, I will then put strain relief on every solder joint with some hot glue, and I will then reseal the light bar up and drill a drain hole into it. Because these shouldn't be sealed, these need to have some form of relief, because as they heat up inside, the gas expands, it gets pressurised. It will leak out because it's pressurised, it will blow a seal out, and then as it cools down it will suck in the cold moist air. These need to be vented at some point, usually underneath. I don't mind doing that for 46 quid for a huge great light bar. I do mind doing it for a £96 light bar, because for £46 I know damn well I'm getting a pile of crap that I can work on, but I've got the base to start from. I don't mind that. Anyway, I'm going to unbox this because it needs 2 hands because it's way better packed than the last one, and I'll get back to you and show you what it's like. Ta peeps. Hi peeps, back again. All I can say is, apart from the fact this has got plastic end body, plastic end caps, whereas the MIC Tuning one they were aluminium, this has got an aluminium body. It looks pretty much the same as the MIC Tuning one. The LEDs themselves are pretty well centred. They're not all badly offset. There's a few of them that aren't perfect, but what you expect for £46. The back housing is actually better than the MIC Tuning product. These fins, actually they're cast. The MIC Tuning ones had rolled sheet aluminium heat fins. Actually, let's get over to the light. Show you a bit better. This is actually not a pad light at all. There's the seal that's going to fail at some point. I'll reseal that, I'll take it apart, I'll take all these little Allen keys out, if I can do so without stripping them out. I'll take the lights out, I'll reflow the solder. This is actually a better light than the MC tuning one. I'm actually quite impressed. Right, let's get some wiring and see if I can get the damn thing to light up without blowing up my test probe. I'm not sure at the moment. Let's have a go. Fuck me. Yeah, that works. If it lasts me a year, I'll throw it away and buy a new one. Actually, if it lasts me a year, I'll probably take the LEDs out and fit new ones. I was about to say mightily impressed. That's blinding, that is. Literally. Blinding. I'm going to have fun fitting that. You watch. I'm going to take the whole thing. I bet I fall off the fucking ladder. Okay then peeps, that's where the light bar's going. Right up there. Not on the very top piece, but just below it. Just above where the plastic is and below the corner ribbing. It's going to go right on there. And to light it up and to switch it, I'm going to be using the Phoenix system, which has got a separate switch for these grille lights that are no longer wired up. The wiring's inside the engine bay, but the grille lights aren't wired up. I've no idea why they were on a separate switch, but they are. You switch the switch on, that'll send a live down to where these lights used to be. That'll trip a relay, which will turn the lights on up there. That way I'll have front, rear, and both sides control. These are the two side alleyway lights. These are the front lights, but they're not wired up. I think these came on with the blue light, and the whole blue light control system's been removed. So these lights look a lot more directional, as you can see. They point forward. So these lights are going to come off, the hole will be blocked off, and they will be going round the back. Although I've already got a rear alleyway light there, those red lights there, or possibly the holes that I've, from where I've removed the blue lights, I'm going to put those forward facing or angled lights in, and they'll be rear working lights. They will also run off the Phoenix system. I'll be using one of the switches on that internal switching panel from in the back, which I'm going to move back to under where my workshop's going to be, because there'll be a workshop bench in the back that will come up to, oh, it's going to come up to roughly where the indicator is. And then you'll see the sofa running across the inside, and that'll be my garage under there. So I'll have the Carnation, the Phoenix system switch panel down there, so I can switch on the interior lights, I can switch on the rear work lights. I'll probably use the interior spotlight switch to switch those, and they'll go up there and be work lights. I've got a 3 metre awning. Now it's not long enough for the side really, but whether or not I put a 3 metre awning on the side and just go with it, 3 metres should cover the door, but I want to put an external cooker in this back locker, so I'm not sure yet what I'm going to do. It's going to be too long to go across the back, so on the back I'm probably just going to have a simple awning that rolls out, so I can use it as a workshop with a roof over it when I need to go out and repair cars or repair boats or repair anything really. I don't care. You pay me, I'll repair your granny, as long as she's got a wooden leg, bit of glue, be alright. Anyway peeps, that's it for today. I'll see you later on.